Everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great week and 2 days, Good Friday. That's a really important day for those of us who are Christians and to commemorate what happened on Easter. And so, it's interesting, all the current events that are happening at this time, and makes me that much more excited to be with this lady. Dr. Kristen Welsh and I have been pals for quite some time now. I remember I was just thinking today about being in your car, in my rental car, driving your mom and I from your house to your practice when we did the women's event at your practice back in 2018. So, oh my goodness, such a long time ago. So, Dr. Kristen, thank you so much, and welcome to all of you. So Dr. Kristen and I are going to be talking about coming alive. And I think it's easy after being in practice for many years and life events happening to sometimes forget our purpose and sometimes forget why we're doing what we're doing. And even, dare I say, get sloppy in practice and forget doing the things that brought us great success and deep impact. And so I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Kristen. She has been in the boot camp, like I said, since 2018, and has recently reinvigorated herself and her practice. And I shared your testimonial the other day about you having your biggest month since 2014. So Dr. Kristen, share with us what's going on in your world and how are you coming so alive?
So, part of it's just getting back to the basics. And that's one of the things I love about the boot camp is that there are all these trainings that I can just kind of go back and remember these procedures that we've had in place that we've done in the past, or maybe haven't done in the past, and implement them. And it makes it so easy, so very easy. And then there's the Wednesday calls, where now that you're doing the role playing, oh my gosh, that has been such a game changer for me. So I'm loving that.
Specifically about the last 2 weeks, and share with everyone, what are we even talking about with role playing and the Wednesday calls?
So right now there's the boot camp sprint going on. Sorry, it's been a long day. And I am having so much fun, getting back this is what, your fourth sprint, I think?
Or we started in 2020.
So, and I've been in every sprint that you've had, and each one has like a little different focus. And this time we're talking about referrals and asking for referrals. And the last 2 weeks we've been role playing that in the meeting, where we go into breakout rooms and everybody has an opportunity to participate, which is really awesome because, a lot of times we lurk on the sidelines, and when you have to do it, you realize how easy it is. And when you realize how easy it is, it's like, why haven't I been doing this? So.
And you had a pretty big aha today about asking for referrals. Share with everyone what was the discovery, even though, and this is the importance too of continuing to show up, because I know I've said this probably 100 times, and it's okay that today sunk in, because it's cool that you kept showing up, and today is the day that you heard this thing. So share with everyone, what did you hear today that made so much sense?
So what I heard today is, you always talk about referrals and how we should have a strategy, and we should kind of like earmark who we're going to talk to. And I'm always like, my patients come and go at times, and as much as they have scheduled appointments, if you've ever been to Atlanta traffic, keeping a scheduled appointment is so challenging. So because of that, I've always just not done that, because I never know that I'll have time, or that they'll actually be there when they say they are. And then it was like, well, instead of targeting specific people that you're going to target, take a block of time, and the person whose room I walk into at that time, where it's maybe a little quieter in the office, maybe it's the in between stoplights, or maybe it's that 10:30 kind of quiet morning time, that's when you do your target. That's when you talk to the people, your patients, about doing your referral strategy then. And you have an extra minute or two instead of just the specific person. And that was my huge aha moment. So
yeah. And so what Dr. Kristen is talking about is There's a system, a foundational system in the boot camp. I started doing it in 1998 called the Daily Success Sheet. And the Daily Success Sheet basically are the foundational systems that lead to success, no matter how big your practice is and no matter how long you've been in practice. So there's a section on referrals, there's a section on testimonials and money and new practice members and extended consultations and acts of kindness and education and retention. And so what happens is at the beginning of the day, each member of your team, including the doctor, basically lays out their game plan and says, all right, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this today. So there's a strategy for every single day. And then at the end of the day, you go back and make sense of what you did. And the goal is to get 50 points on your daily success sheet every single day, every single member of your team. Now, the cool thing is it directs that day, but at the end of the month, what it really does is it gives you the recipe for how your practice did what it did. So there's a thing called the Zeigarnik effect. And the Zeigarnik effect says that it's as much of a tragedy to not know why something grew as it is to not know why it declined. So at the end of the month, you can look at your results, like how many new practice members did I serve? How many adjustments? What was my PVA? How much money did I collect? What were my conversion rates like? And I think every single person I've ever met would love to have a recipe for success in their practice, especially if it was for their practice. So that's what the daily success gives you. The daily success sheet, when you do it every single day, is now you can be like, oh my gosh, that was a great month. Just pull out your daily success sheet and it's going to show you the first Monday of the month, the second Monday of the month, the third, the fourth, and every day that you've been in practice. And now you just rinse and repeat. And so it makes it, like, keep it simple, stupid, right? Like, it just makes it so simple. And I find that we often get twisted up when we forget that success is boring. We want to chase after the new shiny object and have the new fancy thing. And all of that is fine when we have our foundational systems in place. And many times just running those foundational systems brings us plenty of opportunities to serve and for impact. And so what Kristen is talking about today is one of the sections on the daily success sheet is targeting a referral. And so what happens at the beginning of the day is you and every person on your team goes around, and Kristen would be like, I've got Barb. And then, like her CA would be like, I've got Mary. And then her associate would be like, I've got John. And then you go around the room and you say, how are you going to do your lead in? And Kristen could be like, oh, I'm going to follow up on a conversation from last week. Her CA would be like, oh, I'm going to share this article. Associate would be like, oh, I'm going to use a whiteboard topic. And then if you have the time, role play it real quick, each one of you. So now when you're in front of that practice member, you're more likely to be successful at doing it. And rest assured, it's not going to be comfortable the first time. You're not going to be good at it. I don't know what, any of us weren't good at doing something the very first time, and then we kept at it and got better. So Kristen, let me ask you about this. I also remember you posted in the boot camp a picture of your computer with the sticky. What did it say?
It said, asking for referrals is an act of love and service.
What does that mean?
What that means to me is when I'm asking for a referral, it's not about me, it's about them. It's about how they can make a difference in somebody they care about's lives. It's at the end of the day, that's what it's about, is making a difference. And it's giving my patients, my practice members, an opportunity to have that impact and on people they care about.
And it totally frees us up just to have the conversation, right? And so, I just ask all of you if, I've yet to meet a business owner who doesn't love referrals, right? What do you love about referrals?
Well, with referrals, you already have like an instant rapport. They already trust you. They know you. They know you usually from somebody they love, care about as a good friend. And so there's already that trust. And with that trust, you're not having to reestablish it. And so it just makes the whole process go easier. A lot of times they already know how things work in your office because their best friend is like, oh my gosh, you've got to go here. This is what it's like. And da 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 da. And so it's easy. It's just easier.
It's so easy. And it's just amazing to me how much time, energy, and money we spend looking for new ways to attract new practice members and doing all of these things to get the exact thing you talked about. Like, oh, I want people to know me. I want people to like me. I want people to trust me. Like, it's like you said, it's kind of built in to referrals. And so I think the majority of us don't ask for referrals because we've never been taught how. That was something that Shelley Douglas um, mentioned last week when we were role playing referrals. She's like, no one ever taught me. So I, I didn't want to ask for referrals. It didn't really feel that good. And now there's a whole system. And if any of you look in the comment section, I put a link. It's long, but you can just click on it. And what it is my Endless Referrals video mini course. It's absolutely free. You even get to choose 3 ways that you want to go through it, depending on how you like to learn. You can go back and watch it as many times as you want. Watch it with your team. Make it a habit to train for this, and you'll all get a lot better. And then when you want to serve more new practice members, just ask for more referrals. At the bottom of where Kristen and I are right now too, you'll see 56daychirobootcamp.com/referrals. If you're a reader and you would rather have a cheat sheet, that's for my Endless Referrals cheat sheet. It has helped hundreds, if not thousands of doctors all across the globe improve their referrals. So it's going to walk you step by step how to ask for referrals, the 8 easy steps, tips to make it easier, tips to make it better. It's all absolutely free. Please use it. Our world needs more people under regular chiropractic care. So Kristen, as we wrap this up, what advice do you have for the person who's just, stuck in their stuff and definitely doesn't feel alive?
So I know, when you go back to the very first boot camp, or one that you did, the sprint that you did, it was all about self-care and writing in your journal and gratitude and all this stuff. And that is something, I think, at least for me and what I see in my friends and my generation, it's something we don't necessarily do easily. And so that was a big wake up call for me. And I started that process. And when I started doing that, when you have the first little nugget, then it gets easier. Like, so today it might just be, oh, well, it's a gorgeous sunset tonight here in Atlanta, Georgia. But then tomorrow I might notice that, oh my gosh, there's this beautiful bird. And then I notice something else and then something else. And then as I start lightening up, then I start seeing the miracles all around me. And then you have the day that the patient walks in and they're in the middle of a seizure and they just lay down on the table and you adjust them and the seizure's over and they're better so much faster. And you're like, this is why I do what I do, because, and it's like, if it hadn't been for that one little nugget way back then where I just was like, okay, so today I'm thankful that the sun came up, then I might not still be doing this. And if I was all burnt out not doing this, then where would he be? And where would every patient that and so that for me, that one little thing, practicing gratitude, was really a big shift at the very first sprint way back when, 2020. 2020.
Yeah, I mean, and what awesome timing. Obviously, none of us knew that COVID was hitting, and the Holy Spirit just was like, do a competition, do a sprint. And so we rolled out our very first, back then it was 90-day sprint. And the really cool thing is, I can't remember, it's something like 80% of the individuals who did the sprint, their practice doubled, even in COVID. And so that was really, really cool. And I love the friendships that have been developed
Yes.
on the teams. And so it takes our big community and makes it smaller. And every single person gets to be on a team. They have a coach. The maximum number of people on a team are 20. And so it doesn't cost anything extra. It is only for boot campers. And now we're doing it twice a year instead of once a year. And the results have been so magnificent. I'll be announcing something for individuals that aren't in the boot camp who haven't joined yet, so they can get a little taste of what is a sprint all about. So Kristen, as we wrap up, what final words do you want to say to everyone?
I think the one other aha moment I had today was go on the trainings. Like every week, if you are a boot camp member, part of your membership includes a coaching call. And those coaching calls, I mean, we've invested the money, let's invest our time. And because I know I haven't always done that. And when I do, I'm always like, what is it you always say? Success leaves clues. Well, what's my clue? I have always I'm happier, I have more energy, I'm more successful, I have a better day. It's just like everything is better when I do my coaching and when I practice self-care and do all that. So yeah, I'm finally listening to the clues and tracking them and noticing what a difference it makes. So
Absolutely. Yep. And congratulations. And the fact that Kristen shows up, that's an encouragement to me. It's an encouragement to everyone else in the boot camp. So, success leaves clues, and success is contagious. I think especially in our tribe, I've never seen a group of people come together and be genuinely so happy for one another's success.
mhm,
Your success doesn't mean I'm not successful. Your success just means you're successful.
mhm,
Your win of adding an extra 10 people to your schedule if you're just getting started, we're all celebrating that as much as if Dr. Kristen adds another $25,000 to her income this month. So no degree of improvement goes unnoticed and uncelebrated. It all matters because it all
mhm,
adds up to making a lasting impact in this world. And that's what we're all about. So, to all
mhm.
of you, if we haven't spoken yet and you're interested in learning more about the boot camp, you can go to the 56day chirobootcamp.com website. When you're there, schedule a time with me. Let's get on a call and see if it's the right fit. Even if we've had a call before, our cells today aren't the same as they were yesterday or tomorrow. And so even if we've done a call before, I mean, a lot happens in a year. A lot
Yeah.
happens in 5 years. A lot happens in 6 months. So
Mhm,
maybe if you said no before, no just means not right now. It doesn't mean never. And so now is a great time to join. At the end of April, it marks the end of lifetime membership. I will not be offering that ever again in the boot camp. Dr. Kristen is a lifetime member. And so what that means is it's a lifetime membership with a finite financial investment. So you don't have to keep paying month to month to month.
mhm,
um, with the lifetime membership, once you hit your full investment, then you just own it forever, and all of the benefits that you get when you started continue. And so it is a really, really, really great time to join. I won't be bringing it back. So if you've been thinking about it, stop thinking, take action. Let's talk and be surrounded with great women like Dr. Kristen. We are 86% women. And our male contingency is also growing, and they're loving our tribe. It was really fun to see so many men at our Business Plus boot camp at Sherman at the end of February, and they were all like, "Wow, no wonder you women are so successful. I had no idea this stuff was going on." So, to all of you, thank you so much. God bless you all. Um, Happy Easter to you, as well as Good Friday here in 2 days. And Kristen, thanks for taking a few minutes out of the end of a very busy day to join us and to inspire all of us. I love and appreciate you.
Love and appreciate you too, Dr. Barb. Thank you.
Thank you. Give your babies a big hug for me.
I will. They're probably watching right now.
Oh,
Say hi,
yay.
Lexi. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Lexi. Hi, Jack.